We are going to start with the Bulls questions. We defeated a dangerous enemy. Who or what was it? And we can kind of just open discussion here. So if you have ideas of a specific villain, that's cool. If you have I want it to be something that has these elements, that's cool too. I'm going to pull up a...
nature powers.
Nature powers, like druids?
It's, like technology versus nature.
Okay.
We do have a real old druid villain, if y'all want an established villain. So you've got Poison Oak.
What is Poison Oak like?
Poison Oak's real tall, mainly nature, made of plants, if I remember correctly. Draws power directly from plants, older than civilization. Kind of like the Lorax, if the Lorax was real destructive and terrifying.
And kind of a dickhead.
I'm down with Poison Oak.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to go with so the next question is, we didn't trust each other at first, but that changed. How or why? So let's start with, so Poison Oak is doing something. What would have drawn each of you into a fight like that you felt like you needed to intervene? Let's approach it from the angle of, let's say you both showed up independently to the fight, and that, we find that you two worked well together. So Al, what drew you into this? What is Poison Oak doing that gets Al's goat?
He's kind of he thinks he's better than Al. Al's a pretty he doesn't like being told what to do, and he's a pretty much runs his own way. And I'm guessing something kind of just he was really just walking through the neighborhood, minding his own business, and Poison Oaks probably said something like, "Hey, get out of my way," which you don't tell Al what to do. And so really it's something super petty.
Might I make a suggestion? I think I have a good location for this that puts you both there. What if Poison Oak was attacking the school itself? Y'all are in class, everyone's trying to evacuate everyone. Maybe Al's just no, you can't, maybe the teachers can't tell me what to do. I'm going to fight this.
I could get down with that. I like the idea of people telling me what to do and me saying, no, I'm going to do what I want. And usually end up doing the opposite of what people tell me to do.
Does that work for you, Brian?
I'm still trying to figure out whether Brian should actually be in character with this guy, or if he should be using robots.
If you want to assume that you two are interacting entirely through the robot for now, and then if something makes you make the decision otherwise, switch, that's cool. I'm totally okay if this is a team where you are still only being represented through a robot.
I guess the robot thing could still work at school. I was thinking the school setting might push them together, but I guess not.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, I think I'm actually just going to jump to the delinquents question. We totally broke some major rules to win the fight. What rules did we break? Whose rules were they? Now, with this, you all can discuss, but in the end, Al gets the final decision on what you all got with.
I kind of remember, even in the last fight, so even in the fight with Poison Oak, in Cataclysm Crew, wasn't there, sort of some rules that he set forth?
Yeah, Saber showed up to that fight, angry that we kind of destroyed some stuff.
So when I think of rules and in high school, it's no vandalism, no running in class, and stupid stuff like that. But the vandalism stuff I think might be interesting, because if we just started using the school and any technology in the school and totally destroyed it, but used it to defeat Poison Oak.
That seems, interesting. I mean, this could have been an Al idea that Brian could very easily have, repurposed some of the school for. So let's get a clearer picture of what did that look like? What part of the school did you take over? What damage did it do? How did that help you?
I imagine, so we're in class. For some reason, my mind goes to English class, and we're sitting there writing our English papers, and then Poison Oak kind of bursts in and does what Poison Oak does. And the teachers are trying to get everybody out. And this is a regular high school, yes?
Yep. I mean, the city is a hotbed of super activity, so the whole city's kind of adapted a bit to that. But yeah, it is still generally just the regular public high school.
Okay, so yeah, so teachers are trying to rush everybody out. Poison Oak's causing chaos, and so I would think to myself, let's go to like the hydroponics room, and well, no, because that's water. You don't want water with plants. What would be like maybe even just the computer room then? And in the computer room, maybe that's where Brian is, and he's fiddling with one of the computers, probably working on. Did you say your little sidekick had a name?
Isaac.
Isaac. So maybe he's like fiddling with Isaac or something, or like it's I don't know. I'm trying to.
On the thought of the hydroponics lab, I think like weed killers routed through sprinkler systems could do some stuff.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea. So then yeah, so maybe it is like the hydroponics room, and like I would say sprint in there to try and get like weed killer and just like chemicals, and then maybe run to and you might even have to run into like chemistry, or like even if I wanted to do a sprinkler system throughout the like for fires, in the high schools, and try and get in the water supply for that and just throw the chemicals in there. But I assume I would need help getting access to all of these areas, and maybe that's where Brian could help me out with a gadget or a robot or some sort.
Indeed, a little robot crawling through the vents.
Maybe like Brian is seeing Al do these things and sends Isaac out to help, and that's where this introduction happens, like Brian talking through Isaac.
That could work.
Sure.
Okay. And I think the school was probably shut down for like a week or so after this all happens, as they're clearing toxic chemicals out of the sprinkler system and, all the walls and such. That seems reasonable to me and decently rule breaky. Okay, I'm going to let you guys choose which of these questions you want to answer. You can either answer the all things considered, we did well and impressed an established hero. Who was it? Or we can go the other route, and we drew attention and ire from plenty during the fight. One important person in particular now hates and fears us. Who is it?
Well, if somebody's angry, it would help explain why I'm living in the shadows.
That sounds good to me, because that's the one I'm drawn to, personally.
I want to say that question right there was a nice litmus test for how much fun I'm going to have DMing this. And the fact that you're both like, yeah, make someone angry at us makes me so happy. Oh, who's pissed? We can either pick someone established in lore, or if we have ideas of someone totally new, let me know. If you are like, I want it to be a person like this, if there's anyone in lore established that I think of, I can toss it out. But who's pissed?
I'm guessing somebody knows that we tried to put weed killer in the water supply.
Alright, so do we want it like someone that's more on like, are we looking more like we've pissed off someone on the good side, if you will? Are they a hero, or are they just a mundane person that's like in a position of authority?
Actually, it could be more interesting if we did something else.
I really like the idea of like just pissing off the janitor who had to clean up and fix the locks and like replace chemicals. And so like maybe the janitor's seems to be mundane, but maybe he could have like a darker past. I don't know, but he could also just be Joe Schmo. I hate teens.
I am so for janitor that is Batman at night.
The cleaner. He's guaranteed to clean up the suits, the streets. Okay, are we inventing a vigilante janitor right now? Because I am 100% okay with that.
I like that idea a lot.
Okay, excellent. Let's give them a name. Let's give them a name. What's their person name?
Franklin Schmidt. I don't know, something basic.
And we're going with their like just a nighttime vigilante. Like how gray is this person?
Squeaky clean.
I like the idea of this janitor like actually just being a perfect human being, but these two teens just completely destroyed his fragile moral compass. So yeah, clean, squeaky clean sounds good.
Okay, you all are officially now the like straw that broke the janitor's mind.
Can't clean the streets without a little blood.
Excellent. I'm writing that down. Okay, and this is going to be my own question to you all. What signs have you found that someone is after because of this incident. I'm assuming you all don't know who it is at this point, but like you found signs that someone is like trying to hunt you down because of this incident. What are those signs? Al, did you get a note in your locker?
My locker was cleaned spotless, and in the center of it, it said you can't clean the streets without a little bit of blood.
Excellent. The brain's question is, I created something lasting and beneficial for the whole team. What was it?
So it's the whole team,
Which is just the two of you.
right? I don't want to say some form of transport because he's got portals. What did we establish about your implant?
I was gonna say it helps me with the psychic weapon, so I was actually gonna say maybe you helped like make a new model of it to boost me more or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that could work. Helping you would help me.
I like that. Maybe like tweaks to what you have to like brought your powers more into focus. Like it's not as sloppy looking now.
I could get down with that because yeah, maybe like before this incident, whenever I would like pull out the sword, it would kind of shimmer in and out, and so like sometimes I just couldn't use it, but maybe through his help, it could not do that as much.
But I had to have added some completely unnecessary side features to it. You know, like it can cook bacon or something. I'm not sure what exactly.
I'm going to put into play a custom move. Brian, mark one hold on your sheet. Use that hold at any time to reveal a side feature.
Woo!
I am super into that. Do we have a good feel of how that went? Like the days after, kind of where we are now? I think we're probably like a couple days after, or maybe like a week after we first get these locker messages.
So am I just like every day just seeing a new robot and being like, "Oh, hey, what up there, Brian?" and just hello.
Yeah, actually, that's what I was thinking. It'd be different robots all the time.
And like I kind of have to hope it's you, and then you eventually say, "Oh yeah, what up, bro?"
Well, I mean, you don't see a whole lot of robots walking around.
That's fair.
And I'm also going to assume like you all have burner phones. I'm assuming this because Felix is so rich that I assume he just leaves piles of burner phones around for all heroes who might need one. So everyone has a burner phone.
Huh, didn't know that.
Now, I'm just going to assume, like, I want the teams to be able to communicate with each other. I don't want that to be a big old thing unless that's part of that particular issue.
Do we know the other superheroes, or is for now do we only know each other?
We can. Okay, so right now, I think you definitely know each other, but it seems like Al knows Asimov. Does Asimov know Al, or does Asimov know Blue Samurai?
I would assume he would know who Blue Samurai is, just because I would want to fight through. Like I wouldn't want to be just throw out my secret identity, you know.
So I think I may have asked that in a weird way because I'm left uncertain. Does Brian know your secret identity?
No.
Okay, cool. So you just know each other as the heroes. Cool, perfect. I guess it's a good picture there. So we're going to jump back onto the sheets, and we're going to finish the last bits of that. On the relationships, one of those needs to go to the other player. So who wants to go first and assign their first relationship?
Okay, well, I think I would pick. I told Blue Samurai about my shame and asked them for their confidence.
Okay. To get a response to that, like Blue Samurai, what was your basic response to that? Like, how do you feel about all that?
On the front, being kind of the edgelord I am, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, no man, of course you can trust me." But like secretly, I'm kind of filing that away, like as dirt, you know.
Probably I told it in a panic at some point, like, dude, you gotta get out of here. It's here!
And yeah, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah." And like so in the moment, I'm like listening, like, "Oh shit, this is something big." And then later on, maybe if I decide that like things aren't going my way, I can use it as blackmail, maybe.
Okay, excellent. And what relationship are you assigning?
I keep trying to impress Asimov with my antics because like he's helped me out. He's helped improve my little psychic actuator device. I don't know, actuator's not the right word, but that's what I'm gonna go with for now.
That sounds
And
comic-y enough. I don't think anyone's going to call us on it.
let's hope. But yeah, so like my and he helped me improve it, and so like in my own weird kind of way, I'm gonna like every opportunity I get kind of be like, hey, haha, look at what I can do, and like open portals underneath people and like just make them fall or like turn around. Like that's something I really enjoy doing, is putting a portal in front of people walking and then turning them around so that as they go through, they're actually walking, they're under the opposite direction, just because it messes with their mind. And so I keep trying to like make him laugh through my pranks.
Excellent. And then we're going to go to influence. This is going to be super easy because the brain's influence is you need these people as much as they need you. Give influence to 2 of your teammates. So Al, mark that you have influence on Brian. And on the delinquent playbook, you care way more than you let on. Give 3 teammates influence over you. So same thing. Brian, mark that you have influence on Al. On the other relationship thing, if you have an NPC or a player that isn't in this game in mind for those, let me know. If you want to
Okay.
leave it blank, that's fine. Like for Brian, the wish you could be a better hero, more like blank, could be any player character if you have heard of them, even if you don't know them personally. I think that's a pretty easy one to fill out. For Al, the you and blank pulled an awesome if illegal stunt together. There's a lot of players in your school that you might be friends with or have pulled off something illegal with, even if you don't know each other as heroes. Like, I could see you and Max having done shit together in school. Max, yeah, I could see you and Max having done shit together in school. I could see you and Amber knowing each other. So you and blank pulled an awesome, if illegal, stunt together. The 2 people that immediately come to mind are Max Myers and Amber. Mine and Elliot's characters.
Could I hear a little bit about them each, just so I know?
Max is a spaz who hangs out with a raccoon and doesn't actually have superpowers. Amber is less of a spaz, but slightly a spaz, has a villain for a dad, and can talk to machines and control them.
I like the idea of Amber just because I think if in school, or are they in the same school as I?
Yes, they both of them go to your school.
Okay, so I like the idea of Amber because then, like, if I found out she was a super, I could be like, oh, hey, your dad's a villain, my mom's a villain. Like, yo, bro, we've got, like, and I like the idea, speaking of zero impulse control, of like kind of like just being like, hey, we should go, like, steal shit, you know?
Yeah. So let's define that relationship. Like, and Elliot, if you are in a place where you can jump in, if not, that's cool. We can do it through chat. Like,
yeah,
are you all friends, or what do you think? Well, how old's Amber again? I can't remember.
She's 15.
Okay.
Ooh, I could be like the senior corrupting the little sophomores and like making them do like dumb shit for me.
Amber does not need corrupting. She's well on her way.
It's just a shove in the right direction, like a really hard shove.
So what's the illegal thing you pulled off?
Ooh.
It has to be awesome and illegal.
Awesome and illegal.
And it sounds like you all don't want to know each other as heroes. So I think this is something pulled off in like as civilian.
Maybe we like stole a cop car. Like we could say we like used our powers like secretively. Like I don't know what Amber's abilities are, but I know like I can open like portals, and like maybe I stole a cop's keys out of his pocket and we just took a cop car for a joyride.
Amber can control robots and is essentially live current. So even if Al didn't steal the keys, I feel like she could easily hotbox a car.
A thought. I am totally okay if Saber has like parts of road that drop down into tunnel systems, and Amber could have like discreetly activated one of those to enable a getaway.
Ooh, yes.
I mean, I think, joyriding in a cop car is pretty cool. I don't know if it quite hits awesome, but like if it was a full-on chase.
Yeah, that would be way more fun.
Ooh, what if it's not like a cop car, but a saber vehicle?
That's even more dangerous, and I like it.
I'm into it. Cool.
Like, obviously not as cool as Max's new bike.
Okay, so like, what is Amber and Al's relationship? Y'all friends at this point? Like, casual friends, hang out at school, dealio?
Yeah, I think more casual friends. If they don't know that the other one is a super, then
Especially being 2 years older, I think, I don't know, for me personally, I think it's a little harder to be friends with people, at least in school, that are 2 years younger than you.
Yeah, because you're not really in the same classes.
Yeah.
Cool. That sounds great to me. Moon Harbor Heroes is produced by Anthony Sheets and TP Hugh, and edited by Anthony Sheets. Anthony can be found on Twitter at Icy New Year or at icynewyear.com. T is the host of Incubator on Air, a new play podcast available on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and Google Play. They can be found at T Huth Playwright on Twitter or TPHuth94 on Instagram. This issue was GM'd by me, Anthony Sheets. Blue Samurai is played by William Hendry. You can find him on Twitter at RockoutWill321 or Steam as Cypress Grunham. Asimov is played by EXPHP. You probably won't find him at itsexphp on Twitter, but it's worth a try. The music for this issue is Ouroboros by Kevin MacLeod. A link to the license in his website will be in the episode note. Our logo was designed by Beautiful Beasties. She can be found on Instagram at beastly.doodles or on Patreon at patreon.com/beautifulbeasties. If you want to get a hold of us, email us at moonharborheroes@gmail.com or on Twitter at moonharborcast. If you enjoyed this issue, please consider leaving us a review on iTunes and recommending it to friends. Word of mouth is really the best way for us to bring these stories to more people. And thanks for helping us save the world. We'll see you next issue.